at 6 o'clock p.m. in the auditorium of the Brownsville Area High School, 1 Falcon Drive, Brownsville, PA, for general purposes. That was our call to order. Moving right into public remarks on agenda and non-agenda items. Jody, do we have any signed up this evening? Hi.
Congratulations.
Some kind of trophy there. Nice. Look at that. All right. Hi.
Hello, I am Marissa McFerrin, as hopefully a decent amount of us know by now, and I'm the band director here at Brownsville Area School District. My purpose here today is two things. First, brag a little, no, but to give you an update on our rapidly expanding
Your time is up. I'm gonna give you one more minute, okay? Can you wrap it up? Thanks.
So, I have a packet of handouts. Nobody ever likes giving me handouts, but of the 5-year plan that I would love for us to take a look at implementing, including essential instrument purchases, classroom storage improvements, because we don't have enough space for the instruments we do have. Like, I don't have enough instrument lockers in my classroom, so we're keeping them in my office. Expansion of, we have 4 volunteer band staff who are volunteering now with 50 kids. I would love to see some of that become, even if it's small, something, or at least a formal recognition that this is a position. I would love the vocal band be able to be recognized as a formal club now that we're in year 3 of our probationary period. And I would also love, I have included a quote for all of you for our music first software, that we're getting new state standards for music education implemented in 2027, it's being voted on in Harrisburg this summer. And I'd love to get ahead on how we can do that. I know we're really pushing as a district how we can better incorporate technology in all of our classes. And I'm usually the outlier, and they go, well, she's banned. But there's an incredible new software. We can digitize all of our music. We can have them still practicing at home and working on things like virtual days. We can also bring this into our general music classroom and start what's called a modern band class, which does not take any reading of music. It's great for special education, it's great for general education. It's the idea that if you can look at a picture of somebody playing the chord on a guitar, you can play a guitar. And I would love to see that be incorporated. So I have, if you can just big packet, and feel free to peruse it at your own will and email me any questions that you have. I would love to discuss it. I'm so open to meetings and conversations.
You can give that. You can give the packet to Jody over there. We'll get them. Thank you. Appreciate that. And great job.
Thank you all so much. I'm not off the record, I'm still talking about everybody, but this year has been by far the best, most supportive year I've had in terms of the board, in terms of administration, in terms of showing student support. The kids notice, I notice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Jody, just the packet, not the trophy. I'm joking. Take the trophy and run, you know? Okay. Jody, who's our next speaker? Mrs. Gibble.
Good evening, members of the board. One, I want to address. So one, we got to admit, Brownsville has a great community base, but there's a big issue still happening in this issue. We still have a bridge of communication gap between indie film and safety come to this board meetings and speak. People being able to feel free to speak about issues and then being heard. You can sit there and say that the issues are heard, that nobody addresses it. It took me 2 months to get a meeting. 2. And I appreciate your time, I really do, for this meeting that's going to occur. But on something that should have been squashed quickly, in my opinion. And I'm really getting concerned about the transparency. You know, the same documents that I asked for through FERPA, I was not allowed to review. But per your email I sent you, through the PA right to know form, then I have the intent to review. You don't find this concern
Yes.
Well, I'm just asking.
Well, I'm gonna start answering questions, Mr. President.
That's fine.
Because I am not going to be on, this is not a court. You're addressing the administration, not us. We meet twice a month. We deal with what's brought to us. If it's not brought to us, we can't deal with it. That last sentence I just said, if we don't have it to deal with, we can't deal with it.
But you can't say that you don't have to go with whenever I, for the fact that I've been advocating, so.
I agree. I'm not
Just
disagreeing.
feel like we still have to go ahead and lie.
You're wrong.
School board meetings. That was something that we brought up.
We are not administrators.
You said you're glad that you're going to have a meeting.
I am.
Now, is this going to be a meeting where you can discuss things with
I
us?
have 15
Or is your plan to come in and chastise this board once again?
This
Because
is not about
I
chastising.
personally won't put up with that.
First off, how do you take this chastising whenever the same issues have been presented throughout the public several times? CYS was an issue. And it was an issue, it was documented. Do you realize one of the reasons why most people don't want to speak out is because they feel like they are not heard? I stand here and present what's going on in the district, and it's not with facts. Facts. You told me to get educated. I educated myself to the point to now I'm think it's chastising.
Well, that's what you're doing. You're chastising us.
No, I'm asking you to hold the administration accountable because that's your job as the board.
Well, let me say one thing, Ms.
We do
Gibble.
when we know things.
Let me say one thing, Ms. Gibble. If your concerns, you bring them into executive session and you name the people you want in there. We'll let you guys work it out and we'll sit here and be the judge.
It's a good idea.
Because we are getting chastised for stuff that we don't even freaking know about. And I hate to use that term, but I'm telling you, if you come in Thursday, when you come in Thursday,
That's what it sounds
when you
like.
come in Thursday, any administrator you want, we'll bring them in. And you,
And I've been sitting here presenting the facts like you have asked.
I don't disagree with you.
And I've been asking, how are we coming up with a resolution when we bring it up publicly? The bullying situation in the middle school is crazy. It is out of control. But yet I'm being told that I'm chastising the board when I'm asking what resolutions have we come up with so as a community member, I can advocate for our district just as much as I advocate for my schools.
Well,
I advocate for my teachers just as much. So I don't chastise if I'm being wrong. You know how many times I've been corrected after these meetings when I go into everything? Just like the teachers. I was asking them, why we gotta do this? I found out through some research now the governor can't answer the question, why aren't we following the IEPs, doing this stuff because the national level is improper. So do you think I'm chastising? No, I'm just asking questions and I'm asking for answers. Do you know one of the reasons why I'm turning on that pain? Because I don't have a monetary value. You know why? Because it was never about a monetary value. It's always been about resolution. How are we not having a resolution when we bring these problems, but we don't know what we're doing to fix it?
Let me make one comment that you may not know. This board has no power unless it's in session. Every board member here cannot tell the custodian what to do. We can't tell a teacher what to do. We can't tell a principal what to do. Even if we see it. Listen, wait a minute, I'm not finished. We have to wait 30 days to bring something up. You know how long that takes? And if it doesn't get done, we're going to wait another 30 days. And that's why we feel we're being chastised for things that we, Mr. Wilson, are not aware of. And it's gotten better because the previous administration was so bad, they've set this district back 10 years. 10 years, the previous, I won't name his name. 10 years. The one we have now, we're trying to work through things. But it has been a nightmare. Bullying, yes, it's a problem. There's no damn question in my mind. It's been a
I brought
problem.
that up
Because
all the time.
a kid who gets bullied in kindergarten will be bullied all the way through their 12th grade.
Or they become the bully.
Or they become it. And what you
So
can't.
this is where we have the good students who want to leave the district as an alternative non-independent.
I mean, I've seen it and done it. I've been here 31 years and it's not
Should
changed.
be up to our teachers. So what do? Like, we as a district go as a whole to the, like, state matters? Like, I'm asking genuine questions, like, I'm not trying to chastise nobody. But we have to come up with a real resolution. And to prove our numbers with the education, I think we need different programs.
Bullying good kids. Good kids see that. So that's
Yeah. But we'll continue for Thursday.
it's got to be stopped. How to do it. We as a board.
Thank you, Mrs. Gould.
Good evening.
My name is Jason Wilson, the boys varsity basketball coach at Brown High School. And we start tonight by saying, Coach Romeo, congratulations, Coach Pop, congratulations, Coach Ross, congratulations, Coach Casey. Congratulations. My only reason for coming here, and I'll be this is going to be short and sweet, is like the band director, we went from 30 kids in our youth band day to 110 this last year. So to piggyback off of that, I had already made plans to take basketball coach to run a summer youth basketball program here at the school. The park was informed of off-season, which is very part of our off-season program. So about 4 weeks ago, maybe 5 weeks ago, I got a phone call from one of the staff members who was the head of the rep league. One of the reasons we were approached to help out with them is because how well our youth league went. We were kids in California, had a couple kids from Utah, had a kid from Brown, 90 kids from Brown that probably won the basketball. So with that, and it was actually some parents who told me, why don't you talk to the coaches from Brown because their youth league is trying to see you. So I know there's some questions, so I'm just going to get it clear enough, okay, so everybody knows what's going on. It will be the league we are going to run outside if everything goes well. It's going to be run by me and my coaching staff. I'm the auspicious of the vice president. What we're trying to do is go from youth league all the way up to the adult league, which will be running in California. The youth league will be run strictly in Atlanta. It will be 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. So that's the age bracket we are building. All the high school and adult stuff will still be down there in Kansas. That should be down in California. So all we're asking is to get approval. And I talk to everybody. If any of you have any questions, I will answer them right now.
I have a question, Joe. Just for the board's concern in the district, you realize the courts are right by neighbors' houses.
Yes.
You realize we can't have cussing, the police called,
Yes.
because the first time that happens, that'll be the end of it.
Well, and I'm not being mean here, if the board decides that we can't run it here, we've already approached Laybell and also our company to run it down there. But I think it would be very bad if the boys varsity basketball coach, the girls varsity basketball coach is coming to the school district to build a program and it is like,
No, I trust you, Joe, I really do. I've known you for a long time, and I know you'll run it well. But my point is, we have enough problem with parking from these neighbors that live here. Of people driving through their yards when they're waiting here an hour and a half to pick up their
I
child.
totally understand that. So, what you decide, just let me know. So we do have an alternate plan here. Okay, so just letting you know though, that we have a bunch of Brownsville kids, we have caught the imagination of them wanting to play basketball. And so I think using that as a template, like a band, this is an opportunity to like, we talk about building programs in this district, we talk about class, we talk about all that. This is all we're trying to do.
Well, Joe, it's not really about the kids. I mean, it's for the kids, but the problems won't be the kids.
No, and I understand.
You know, we can't have officials being picked on. We can't have, you know, you guys are gonna be in a tough position.
On that note, for sure. So that was the concern when I took over the video, we had those. So we had no instances of that for the last 10 years, our kids from Brownsville weren't going down. So whatever you decide, I hope you decide to let us be there, go there, and that would be the ultimate choice. But we do have another plan. Go ahead. Also,
Real quick, who is this?
The money's down there. He runs the bike rep.
Okay.
So what we do is whenever we're at the school district, we're even when we're outside, we reach out to the local police to be there as well, because that close to what we have. So that way we won't have to deal with people getting arguments and parking and things like that. We can reach out to perhaps the local police department or something like that. So that way you also don't have to worry about paying like security guard or something like that as well. Because most of the time it's very yeah, we thought it, right? We thought it.
Yeah, I mean, it's my always concern is the neighbors are right, I mean, the court's right there, and they're right there. I don't see little kids using bad language, but I hate to say it.
It's a legitimate concern, but I just wanted to come up and clear some things up.
You know, we want to be, I trust you, Joe, you've been a coach a long time, and I trust what you'll try to do, and I know you'll be visible. And that's what we want you to be visible.
I'd like to add a couple things here. Number one, actually, until this most recent group of kids who go there and play basketball at those outdoor courts, there's a lot of cussing that happens there. A whole lot of cussing, whether it's an organized league or not. I think an organized league would actually fix it. Number two, I think it's a phenomenal idea. Your greatest asset in communities such as Brownsville is your school system. And to bring people onto this campus and teach them school pride and get these activities going is absolutely phenomenal. And that group of kids that's hanging out down there now, they're really good kids, and they may want to get involved, and it may be life-changing for them. I think it's a phenomenal idea.
The one group you see down there actually goes there for like an hour, comes to open gym with.
No cussing.
And comes back in, and goes back to play, they've been playing for 3 hours.
And the only other thing I did want to add, Joe, is I do think there is a little bit of confusion out there that people think that Bud Greb, that we know and love, is moving to Brownsville.
No.
I know it's not, but there are people that have reached out to me.
No, just the youth. The other
Okay.
parts are staying, because the problem is there was no time to fit the youth league in, it would be like in the afternoon at 3:45. So we decided to bring it over.
What times would you play?
Because we were going to, give me one second, I'm not thinking. Because I was gonna run my own youth league, so we didn't just like around the rest of youth basketball like it was in the winter. So it was in the plans to do something like that. When he reached out, we just figured, okay, let's just put this under one umbrella. We're looking at 6 to 8 o'clock, is probably our time frame.
So it wouldn't be really
So it
dark.
would be evening, we're not starting until June 15th. I'm not doing anything like that way till school's out. So, and because we're trying to fit it in this window, usually baseball in, and usually football getting started in July, so there's no overlap. So it's only gonna be like a 5-week league anyway, two nights. Basically, so we can keep all the money and stuff together, and also insurance purposes as well, so people will be. So if you have any questions,
I just want to just
Phenomenal idea.
ask that you use the student parking lot.
yes, absolutely, that was our plan anyway, because we got that parking lot right now. Yes, sir.
Coach, real quick, so it's Bud Greb in conjunction with
Yes.
Biddy League.
Yes.
What are your projected numbers?
We're probably looking, right now, I got a ton of parents calling in,
Mhm.
so I would probably say, I'm looking for you. We're trying, I got a bunch of girls' parents calling in for California. So we're almost maybe trying to break it, we may have to break the girls' league.
Okay. Are you expecting security from the district?
No,
Okay.
no ma'am.
Okay, so you'll reach out to local police?
Yeah, but if it's something you just talk about, just let me know.
Well, I think you guys mop up your own concerns about having to call. If it's
I'll
stuff,
be
then
here.
we
The
got
reason we're doing on Tuesdays and Thursdays is because the high school team will be up at Grand Street on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so we did Tuesday, Thursday, so I will be. Alright? So if you have any questions, it's either got my most of the stuff.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Thank you, DeMonte.
Judy. Hi.
What's your name? Because I couldn't hear what you name is.
My name is Doris Fuller. I have grandchildren. And I agree with you. I sit on 2 boards. And the board is not always aware of administrative problems. My problem is, I have 2 grandchildren, plus I'm concerned about the other kids that they put the bus on old bus. I mean, about 40 on here. They see the bus come, the sign goes up, almost lost 2 grandkids at the same time.
I witnessed that.
You see me jump in my car and go after.
I know I don't know if you caught him or not.
Oh, I do. I got her picture, I got her license plate number,
So,
We have accidents all the time. I know there's so much you can do, but when I went to the municipality, they said, that the school board, everybody has to run it.
Our solicitor did reach out.
yeah, our solicitor,
He
yeah.
did reach out. Jeremy Davis is our solicitor. He reached out and I talked to him today to confirm that.
Okay.
We are
We
working
have
on it.
several
We're working on it.
Mhm.
It's not a threat, it's a promise, like I told them. If you don't do something, I'm gonna have Channel 4 and Channel News in this show. You gotta do something.
Mhm.
Well,
That's
if I,
just a bad place to have a bus stop.
If I may, if I can tell the story that day, because I was behind that bus.
Where are you?
Yes, and I see
Bus driver.
I see you every day. If was it your grandson or somebody, if he didn't grab that little girl,
I know.
there would have been a bad situation because that car drove right through those red lights, long after they were red.
3 times it is.
Yeah, so I backed my van up to try to chase it, but you had already took off. Here's what I want to give you the good news. The new bus is coming out now. When they flip out the stop camera, it will record anything that passes there. So we will get them, but I don't know when that will happen. But your concern is taken seriously.
There's tolls. I gotta go to, excuse me, not toll. I gotta go to the town, but I'm not ready. I
Well,
mean, they all drive, I mean,
that car is not going at no slow speed either.
yes, I'm telling you, she had to be going 60. There was a car behind her. I followed her, she pulled off the PNC line from Brownsville Hill. So, I read around the first time, she had the right car. Then the second time, I put out a picture of the license plate number. I didn't say anything. I was upset, I would crash. That's me.
The problem, board, is the traffic coming from Briar Hill. I'm not going to back them. They're saying they don't have enough time, but they do. There's a good 200 yards before you see that bus, and you should be able to stop.
Redstone wasn't on duty that day.
No, they weren't. Usually they're sitting in the cemetery.
And there's a state ground property, he sits there in another one car. But, I mean, you can't sit there.
Well, the administration's taking it seriously.
Oh, yeah,
That's it.
we're all on board with
It's just we're gonna do as best as we can.
Attorney Davis put in a formal request,
Right.
and they're looking into a caution sign going in that area.
That would be
Mhm.
fantastic.
Right.
But they have to get the state.
Everybody wants a
And
piece of
that's
the bus.
what we have to push.
We'll stay on
I'm
them.
pushing.
We'll stay on them. Keep pushing.
The other issue is the bullying. I know you're aware of it. I dealt with, I retired from investment supervision. I was dealing with like 1,600 kids. These kids love it when they get suspended 2 days. Half the time, that's some of the reason why they do it. A little boy today is with my grandson and got punched in the back of the head. It's the same kids. You can't blame the parents all the time. You can't watch them 24/7. It's hard to find a way to control them. And all kids have good in them, you just have to find a way to do it. The other thing is, I don't think you care, but you guys are all over Facebook. You get people calling. It's not good. I mean, there's a lot of things going on out there. I feel bad for the school board, the administration has set up. And if they don't come to us, what are you going to do?
But my opinion, I'm not saying the board's, my opinion.
I want it.
You can't have teachers trying to handle discipline problems and sending students to the office, and then 5 minutes later, those students come back down into the classroom with nothing happening to them.
I know.
We have the slips that are filled out by teachers, discipline slips. I think we need to have something on those slips where it's answered. This was what action was taken. I don't know if everybody knows if there is or isn't action taken on certain kids. That has to happen. Because the teachers have no command of anything when that type of stuff happens. They need backed up. So if we have situations like this, that people aren't disciplining the students, then now I suggest as a board that we look at it and we start there.
The parents that I talk to, they're afraid to come to the meetings and step up.
Well, see, I don't like it. All I keep hearing is people are afraid, people are afraid, people are afraid. I don't believe that. Maybe some people are, but I get emails constantly. I get texts constantly. So they're not afraid to tell me things. I think a lot of the problem, and I hate to say it this way, it's apathy. That rather than come here, spend 15 minutes waiting and speaking and letting the board know what's going on, they're not going to come. They're not going to address it. They have to come. We need more people here. Yeah. Hardly anybody here. Most of the time, you'll see on Thursday, the parents that are going to be here on Thursday are the parents that are bringing their children here that are going to be honored for Student of the Month. You know, but as for the general public, we don't see very many people.
The only time you see them, I sell them for, now I'm going on, let me tell you what, the only time you see them is when they have them.
Yeah.
And they want you to give the answers, and you're not God, but they're the ones that have the kids.
Right.
And I feel bad for some of these, I really do. And when they're up, one lights are not what's right, so they're going to come to it.
Yeah.
It worked out.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate your time. We do have to move on. Thank you. Jody?
I'm gonna try not to, give our positions. I do wanna thank you, and I do appreciate, sending a letter for my children for the, bus stop. I do appreciate that. The reason that I am here tonight, though, is because, I work with several parents that are having, problems with their children, and it's not, like you said, it's not the fact that they're afraid to come, it's the fact that they don't even have the time, or their kids are embarrassed when they come, and they're afraid they're gonna get caught.
It's their kids. They should make time.
Yes, and that's, I agree with that. My kids have been coming home, they're not getting bullied, my children aren't, they're actually, my daughter loves her teacher, and she's very happy. My son comes home, and he's constantly telling me how it's the same kids that are getting in fights, and it's the same ones that are being the bullies. And it's not all the teachers, because the teachers try to control them. And I feel, I'm like her, I feel like some of it has to do with the parents. A lot of the parents don't want to be there for their kids,
Well, we had an ad hoc committee, and they did meet, and there were a few members that were, you know, pretty active, but it kind of,
It's down to 2 now.
yeah, so
It was 5 now.
we can definitely look at that again to get that up and running.
And if you would be interested, we would love to get you the information to join the ad hoc committee. And maybe some of the parents
That
would
would
be
be very
interested
helpful.
in. And I think it would be very informative for this administrative staff and for me as a superintendent to know these things,
Yeah.
so that I can inform the board. And you had wonderful points tonight. Thank you.
Mhm. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe we can put something on the website that we're looking for new members, more members.
Mrs. Swartz?
If it was going to start with 5 and remain 5, it was eventually going to die out.
Mhm.
So we need it needs to be a continuous.
Well, the 2 that are left don't have any children in the district,
Yeah.
but what we're looking for is someone who's not coming here to gripe about their own kids being treated, about how we can better the district, what we can do as administration.
All children.
All children, that's the kind of person we're looking for that really doesn't, not have ties, but we all have kids. But 3 of the ones that have kids, their concerns are only about their child. And I don't mean to put that down, but if you're going to be on an ad hoc committee, you have to look at the whole thing in general and say, this is what we think. And that's what Dr. Morton is trying to portray with that. But we'll do what we can, Dr. Morton.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Okay. All right, that's it. Moving on then on the agenda, Dr. Martin, remarks?
I have a lot tonight. I want to congratulate our band on their recent accolades and just the music program in general for the way it has flourished. It's impressive, and I know that we all feel so proud as a district whenever they are representing us. So congratulations. We also had Anaje Foster. She broke our high school 100-meter hurdle school record. So congratulations to her. Ava broke the Brownsville Area High School softball strikeout record and currently has over 700 strikeouts. We do have some scholarship recipients. We have Ava, the Stars Foundation. Alexa Lewandowski also received a scholarship. And then we have the Deborah Monroe and Veronica Keener Scholarship, who's received by Matthew Kishnell. So congratulations to our scholars here at Brownsville. We're so proud. Congratulations to our softball team and coaches. You have so much to be proud of. I know today's result wasn't the outcome that you hoped for, but your accomplishments certainly extend far beyond a school board. So the scoreboard. So congratulations. You represent us well. Lastly, we have some retirees on this agenda. So Connor, he's our athletic trainer, and he's just out of this world, and he's going to be greatly missed. So we're advertising for an athletic trainer, and we'd like to thank him for his service. Mrs. Trempis and Mrs. Logan and Mrs. Haddad, they have been dedicated to this field, and it certainly reflects in the impact that they've had on our students. So I would like to personally thank them for their service. And then our IT director, Brian Boyd, on behalf of the district, thank you. I'm not sure how I'm going to get through this without him, but I certainly appreciate him, and we do as a district. Lastly, I have a proposal from Troy Rice, who is the chief of police at Redstone. He would like to utilize our wrestling room for a use of force and control techniques training for local municipal police officers in Fayette County. And he's requesting that room. He understands there will be guidelines to follow, and he's going to get us all of the information we need. Our wrestling coach is willing to be present during those trainings to make sure that they're in and out of the facility. It will be late June and a 4-hour session, potentially 2 4-hour sessions, but right now he's planning on 1. There are 12 officers total, but if there are more, he may need more than 1 session. So I would like for the board to consider that, and I will get you all the information. And that's all I have. I would love that. I would love that, and so would they.
Okay.
Comment, Mr. President.
Yes.
Just briefly, as athletically minded as I've been for 35 years, I'll bring this up again. I still would like us to see some kind of program to where we are honoring the people that have made academic achievements in this district since 1967. You know, there are a lot of names that we could throw out that are famous people that a lot of people are not aware of. I don't know if we could we start a committee, although the board should stay out of it, to where we're honoring, not athletes always get it. They get the honor list, but there are academic students in our school that are straight A students from kindergarten through 12th grade, and what do they get? And then those who graduated, they become bankers and became baseball owners, the wild things, just entrepreneurs. We used to do that years ago in the mid-90s. We would have a little banquet for those kids. No, they're not kids anymore. But I'd just like to song and dance this one more time, that we should try to do something to honor the academic achievements. Even like Brandon and Sarah, they're bankers, they're entrepreneurs, and they came from here. Their roots are here. Athletes, yeah. Athletes are always going to, Doug DeCenzo was the only Major League Baseball player who made it to the majors. He's getting honored in the Mon Valley Hall of Fame. That's athletics. And I, for one, I'm all athletics. Academically, there's just such there's students and people in this district we've got to honor somehow. Maybe I should take the initiative to lead that charge, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, maybe we could do another ad hoc committee, like outstanding.
Good job for the ad hoc committee.
Yeah, we're really ad hoc tonight. We're really hammering that home. No, it could be, like the outstanding alumni award,
Absolutely.
Something like that. Yeah, I like that.
Thank you, Mr. President.
No, thank you. Okay. All right, then moving on with the agenda, Ms. Columbia.
Yes, so, item number 4, discuss approving the May General Fund, Capital Fund, Title I, and Title 2A, 2B, Cafeteria Fund, and Treasurer Financial Reports.
Questions on any of that?
Okay, and then item 5, we'll just discuss approving the following funds, bills for payment as they're listed there, A through G.
So any questions or comments on item 4 or 5? Okay. Mr. Dorsey, Education.
Okay, item A, discuss approving the purchase from Voyager's Surface Learning Rewards Secondary and Rewards Social Studies Intervention Program for the 26-27 school year at Brownsville Middle School in the amount of $8,670. That's going to be coming out of the Ready to Learn grant. B, discuss approving the agreement between Maracay, Pennsylvania, and Brownsville area school districts for the 26-27 school year. That's just renewals. Same as this one. Discuss approving agreement between the Delphi and Brownsville area school district for the 26-27 school year. D, discuss approving agreement between New Directions and Brownsville area school district for the 26-27 school year for educational services. I just wanted to add to that one, I will read that motion I will ask for someone to make that motion on Thursday, but I will not read it. E, discuss approving the purchase of Reed 180 intensive intervention for the 26-27 school year at Brownsville Area High School in the amount of $7,725.34. Again, Ready to Learn grant. Oh, we must have really had a lot of money in that Ready to Learn grant because we have really paid a lot of bills from there. F, a motion to approve IU1 ELA comprehensive curriculum Writing for grade 6 for 26-27 school year costs about $3,000, and that's also going to be paid by Ready to Learn Grant. G, discuss approving agreements between IU1 and Brownsville Area School District for the 26-27 school year, and you can see all those things listed below that we will vote on as one package. H, discuss approving the grade 11 ELA curriculum. I, discuss approving the purchase of IXL for Brownsville Middle School for the 26-27 school year in the amount of $7,637, also Ready to Learn grant.
Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
I don't have there, thanks. Sorry, I missed the one before. Mr. Mayor, I apologize. The ELA curriculum, I'm looking back, I don't see, it goes from IU, it goes to IXL. And that, at the end of the day, there's too much to read away. My time is looking for maybe the next Thursday. What's the difference? I think we need to evolve, I agree with all that, and be much more efficient. If you just say, here's what we changed from last year's curriculum to this year's.
Of course, yeah, I agree.
And the other point there is too, I thought we had a discussion, I'm old and can't remember things, but I thought we were also talking about the new green bill for middle school as well. I don't know if that's content or that's.
I know we renewed it. Is it not for next year yet?
Not yet.
I know
Yes,
we renewed
just
it for this
spoke
year.
about that today, yeah. So it should be on June's agenda. They just sent me a quote today. So there's some different options that I just wanted to talk to the teachers to see which one they wanted.
The only thing I have to say is that Mr. Gammon, if you're old, what does that make me?
You got me by a couple months.
Okay, I, discuss approving the purchase of IXL for Brownsville Middle School for the 26-27 school year in the amount of $7,637.50. J, discuss opening a secondary reading intervention position.
Question. It says discuss, so what are we gonna discuss?
Good question.
Dr. Constable?
I'm just saying, that's a position, what do we know and why?
So this
Who's gonna
would
help?
be more for, it would be one of our teachers, and this would be comparable to what's happening at the elementary school. They would handle all of the MTSS intervention at the middle school, follow the data, establish the groups. That person would also, if the Read 180 is approved, which would be for 2 ninth grade classes that have 12 identified students in each one, it's an intensive program, that person would also teach those two classes.
So, well, my question with that would be, it says paid for from the Ready to Learn grant. So when that grant is gone, what happens to that position? Are we stuck with that teacher to our taxpayers would have to, that'd be another thing for the budget.
She
My
said it's one of our teachers already. So it's just that they're going to get funded from that grant, not the general fund.
For what, one
Once
year?
the grant's gone, she's still here.
So I was talking to Colby last time, this was the thing about the way to learn. Honestly, it's a grant, and if I screw this up, let me know, but I think I understand. It's really not a grant. It's part of our basic education program. What the state legislatures did is that they wanted to monitor how certain amount of money was being spent. So instead of saying, here's $10 million, here's $7 million, here's another $3 million, but this $3 million every year, we want you to tell us how you spend it. So that's what the Ready to Learn grant is. This will be funding that we continue to get from the state every year. It's just, it's a little bit more control of how we're allowed to spend that money.
And also, if I
Not that I agree with the position, I'm
Yeah.
talking about the spending of money.
But is it beneficial to for our children, to our students?
yes.
That's my biggest question.
Yes.
So,
Another caveat of the grant is that they encourage us to expand on what we're already doing. They don't really, like, we can't buy books we're already purchasing, we can't renew curriculums really that we already have, unless we can justify it. So we were trying to expand on our intervention program in our literacy plan by using this person to do the interventions. This would be for middle and high school, pulling those kids for one-on-one or small group instruction.
Question I have, is this just gonna be a teaching position, or is this gonna be pushed into an administration position?
This is strictly a teaching position. This is in the BEA.
Teaching, okay.
So if we fill this position from an existing teacher, then we gotta fill the existing teacher's position.
That's what I was wondering, Ross.
Potentially.
Potentially.
That was gonna be my question.
Technically, I agree with you. It's gonna be an existing teacher, but that's gonna create a vacancy, and we're still gonna end up hiring somebody.
We may not have to, just with the numbers at the elementary school.
Which kind of brings me
Yeah.
to my next, well, this is secondary.
Mm-hmm.
This would be a secondary.
Secondary.
Yes, there's only a few of our teachers who have the reading specialist certificate. Yeah.
Because the other question I have, and I guess this is probably the best opportunity for it, is that for my daughter and her friends, again, multiple people have told me this, that there are some classes that are offered this year that are not being offered next year in high school. But we still have the same amount of teachers, is what I understand. Like, there's some classes that aren't being offered. And I know this, I don't want to put you on the spot, this is the last thing, send an email ahead of time, we can maybe discuss that on Thursday or whatever. And I think it's like some of the upper level classes.
I totally agree with you, because I've talked to parents, and they were, had their kids have known that that wasn't going to be offered next year, they'd have taken it this year. Some of them are going on to very high colleges. One is going to a possible Navy Academy appointment, and they can't do anything now with that. I don't understand why we don't have that open.
And it's on that same vein, it was something we talked about, I think 2 years ago as well, when we quit offering math for algebra in 8th grade. That has caused us significant emotional trauma for some of these kids out there. Because now, next year, there are kids that are taking geometry now complete. I could not.
Algebra is where you start, that's a build upon.
I mean, they could have, they had algebra 1 this year, next year they're going to algebra 2 and geometry in the same school year. But they're trying, because they want to get, just like you said, they want to get to that level, to get that upper level calculus class or something like that, or even better, right, to go to Cal or whatever, for all these great programs that the teams brought in, so. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
I'm with you on all those, Ross.
I agree.
Can we look into that then?
What are we gonna do?
We're keeping those classes back again
We
for
have.
next year?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
discuss.
Yeah,
Yep.
we started to talk about that and think of ways to continue to offer those courses, in addition to, you know, what Mr. Gammon said with some of the dual enrollment opportunities, some of the colleges as well. Anyway,
So this
yeah, but
will
we
be-
could probably have a more in-depth discussion.
This will be on the agenda, Mr. President, for Thursday then? This
Yeah,
item?
I think that's not a bad idea. We also have to amend it for another piece under personnel, correct, Dr. Martin?
Yes.
So we'll probably need to amend that. I have a question. We're making these hirings here. Shouldn't some of this stuff happen after we pass the budget instead of before we pass the budget? As I look to Colby down there. Even if it's written into the budget, I don't know. What's 1 month?
And with this being paid by the regular rate, that's, so it would be baked into that budget, that section of the budget.
I don't know if I agree with hiring, but I agree with this is the time to hire the government. You get these kids coming out, you got this is the opportunity, you wait, you're gonna lose candidates. Again, that's no endorsement of us going on hiring, but that's just, I think this is, if you're gonna do it, this is the time.
I don't disagree, Ross, but it's, for me, the budget's the budget.
Yeah,
And we have till June 30th. So I would like to see the budget passed before we.
We don't
have to
have
wait
a
till
preliminary.
We're not hiring anybody. It's just,
Well, we're gonna pass a preliminary budget, no doubt. But until the real budget passes, I don't know that we should be moving on too much right now.
if it's,
It's
Just my opinion, it's only one. Sorry, Mr.
No,
President.
no, you're fine. And while we're on the budget topic, June's meeting, we'll have the planning on that Monday, and then we're gonna have to have the regular on the Monday after to allow for that 30 days to let the budget set. So, Mr. Dorsey, to your point, you know, we have, there's those state laws that we have to follow. Yeah. So we're gonna have to, so there'll be an announcement coming out about that.
Are they in that projected or not?
Just while we're on the budget topic.
Okay, aye. Discuss opening a secondary reading interventionalist position. I don't know. Okay, discuss opening an elementary life skills autistic support class.
Question.
Yeah.
What do we know about that? I mean, Director of Special Ed's here.
Ms. Palo is going to speak on that.
So every February, we hold our annual collaboration meeting with Intermediate Unit 1 and the Early Intervention Program and Head Start. So this year when we held our collaboration meetings, there's approximately 30 students from Early Intervention and Head Start that are going to enter kindergarten this year. 13 to 15 of those students were already diagnosed with a developmental delay or disability such as autism. So 13 of those students are not toilet trained, 8 of them are nonverbal. Plus we will have more students, obviously, that will enroll over the summer and then will enter kindergarten. So the need for this class arose after the school psychologist met with every student and completed an evaluation and determined what their needs are, developed an evaluation report, and an IEP in anticipation for next year. So we currently have 16 students that are in K-2 life skills and autistic support, and then 13 more incoming. So the projected total would be 29. So that's obviously too many for the classrooms that we have. We would have been over the numbers, and we would have been out of compliance with state regulations for Bureau of Special Education and Leading Department of Education. So the option was to look at opening up a new classroom where these students could be placed, because we only have 6 students that are graduating from K-1 and 2, and are going to move up to 3, 4, and 5. And we have about the same amount graduating from 3, 4, and 5 that are going to move up to 6, 7, and 8 in the middle school. So we really didn't have the space for at least 13 students. I'm going to anticipate more because there's always children that enroll in the summer that we don't know about. Some of the students that have enrolled have never been to daycare, they've never been to early intervention or Head Start program. They've just been home with their parents. They've had no formal education or schooling any kind of in that area.
So this is more of a need than a want.
Yes.
Okay, so my question, you know, doing my own research, we have 17 vans. There is no more room in behind the elementary to park any more vans. So how much more, I mean, the cost of, I don't know how I'm going to say this.
Take my phone.
Transportation costs, I mean, I understand it, but talking with most school districts, they have 3, 4, 5 vans. We've got 17.
We got 57 in high school today.
Well, that's just elementary.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm not counting middle school and high school. You could be talking 50s.
57.
The Malackers has 80 vans. And they service all the school districts. All I'm saying is, why, you know, I'm assuming we're that good, that's why we have that. But we have to transfer, some vans only are allowed to have 1 kid on them. They're, what's that, peanut allergies, things like that. So this is going to be more than just a classroom cost, if I'm right. Understandable. But here's one thing that I want to say about Ms. Palo and Mr. President. Vans, if a child is thrown off a school bus, you shouldn't put him on a van. That is the no-no,
Why do they go on a van?
because the van picks them up at the door. School bus, they gotta come down the road or come up the street or whatever. I've said this for years, I've said it for 10 years. You take a child off a bus, that's it. It's a privilege to ride the bus. So you find your own way to take your child to school, because we're not gonna put him on a van.
So are we required by law to transport that child who's been thrown off a bus?
No. I mean,
No.
No, we're not required to do that. Special needs children, absolutely, they should be put on a van. We put them on a van.
She's on.
Same thing, put them on a van.
If it's a manifestation, and it would, yes, it could change the
It's gotten-
circumstances.
Mr. Ross, it's gotten better. I mean, we've cut the numbers down, but there are still children. The answer is not to throw a child on the van if he's off the bus. You're off the bus by,
Unless they need to be on that.
you got 10 days out of school, then you go away. You drive them to school. You don't come to school, you get marked absent. We cannot keep catering to the parents that want a van.
In all my years on this board, I don't know of a student that was kicked off of a bus and not given a van if requested. So yes, that's what we say should happen, is they should not be transported by a van, but they still are. And there's once again, as some people have said, there's breakdown in communication as to what the board says and what's done. These students should not be given a van, because I'm sure they're looking at it as a reward sometimes.
You were right, Mr. Dorsey, and it's $15,000 to put every van on, plus the driver. Now, listen, most of those children need that. There's no question. And we've gotten better, but there's some. We just have to take the stand. If you're thrown off a bus, brother, that's it. You're off. Don't blame the teacher. Don't blame the principal. Don't blame the business manager. Don't blame the superintendent. Your kid's off the bus because he threw a bottle at the driver in the head, which might have killed 30 kids.
So they could be throwing marbles at people.
And the bus lines does what the school district tells it. That's under contract. Just so anybody said, well, sorry, Mr. President.
No, it's okay.
Danielle, I had a question for you. How many aides extra, or are you not going to need aides for that classroom?
So if this was one classroom and all of these students that needed significant assistance, I was thinking 2 to 3 classroom aides instead of just individual one-on-one aides, because they would be all together instead of split up in different classes.
Okay, thank you.
We ready?
Yeah.
J, discuss approving payment to Tony Ross for choreographing the musical Matilda for the Brownsville Area School District in the amount of $500. M, discuss approving the recommended discipline for student A. And I'm pretty sure this is the one that there was a hearing held on last week, and a suggestion will be presented to the board to be voted upon, and that's probably what will replace this agenda item.
That's correct.
And discuss approving agreement between Fayette County Drug and Alcohol Commission, Inc. and Brownsville Area School District for 26-27 school year. And hey, the last one. Discuss Chestnut Ridge services for 26-27 school year. That's that. Woo.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Dorsey.
Yeah.
Personnel, Mr. Gates.
I discussed accepting the letter of resignation from Connor Laguda, Athletic Director, effective May 29th, 2026. I really hate to see that. He's done one heck of a job for us.
Athletic training.
B, discuss accepting the letter of retirement from Terry Trempus, elementary teacher, in accordance with the BEA contract, effective the last day of the second semester. C, discuss accepting a letter of retirement from Adria Logan, special education teacher in accordance with the BEA contract, effective the last day of the second semester. And D, discuss accepting the letter of retirement from Diana Haggad, secondary English teacher in accordance with the BEA contract, effective the last day of the second semester. And I'd like to wish all three of them well. E, discuss accepting the letter of retirement from Brian Boyd, IT director, effective September 11th, 2026. That's another one that we're going to miss. Brian's always done a good job for us over the years. And thank you, Brian. F, discuss approving the request from Elizabeth George for uncompensated sabbatical leave for the 26-27 school year. G, discuss approving the contract agreement with Alec Hamilton, Director of Security. Questions? And H, discuss approving the contract agreement with Keith Wellington, Director of Human Resources, Assistant Business Manager.
And Mr. Gates, we need to add one item, item I, which would be to hire Leslie Lancaster as a paraprofessional. It was forgotten on the agenda.
Leslie Lancaster.
Yes.
Thank you.
Question, Mr. President.
Yes.
Will there be an executive session this evening?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. I think we're ready for finance. Ms. Columbia.
Item A, discuss approving the proposed budget for the 2026-2027 fiscal year with revenues set at $37,670,626 and expenditures set at $37,670,620. Millage rates, Fayette County is 19.43 and Washington County is 13.02, which is a decrease of 0.25.
West Brownsville, thanks you, Cole.
Cold.
The budget will be advertised and available for review with the Brownsbury School District Business Office, 5 Falcon Drive, Brownsville, PA 15417, beginning May 22nd, 2026. Item B. Go ahead.
First off, this slide deck, phenomenal. Really helpful, understand where we are, paints a great picture. Problem is, it paints a picture. Here's the picture. Enrollment's going down, and employment is going up, which, again, I think I said this multiple times previously. I like where our numbers are for the amount of teachers, our student-teacher ratio. I would love to see smaller classes. I think we're great there. But I think we're at the cusp where we need to be careful going forward. We don't want to be out of doubt that in 3 years from now, and we're laying off 30 teachers. It's close. I mean, we really look. Specifically, teachers plus 6 since 2021, we're down 173 students since 2021. And the SCI has grown 23. And again, I understand a lot of these are things we have to say yes to, but the IEDs and all the rest of it, we've got to be careful going forward. That was my money. That was an excellent put together, really helped me understand where we are.
Yes.
There's some numbers in the budget that are mind-boggling. I will tell you, but they are what they are.
I agree with you, Mr. Gammon, and Mr. Bingham. You did an outstanding job with that budget. I mean, we won't have much of a fund balance, but we'll have enough to get by compared to the schools around us.
So I think it's a testament to my agrees. I think financially, we are crossing those other districts around. I appreciate that.
There's no doubt in that.
We got to be fair.
Well, we had a good discussion during the budget committee meeting about enrollment, and it's just not a Brownsville problem, right? It's we're seeing an enrollment drop all through the western part of the state. So yeah, I mean, all around, great job, good discussion on that, and yeah, I think we need to be innovative, as we've talked about before.
We are looking at school consolidation. It is coming. Unfortunately, I love Brownsville. I want to be Brownsville forever, but it's coming down the road. We can't sustain it. California can't sustain it. Our Senate can't sustain it. It's coming.
I can see that.
It's
I thought
coming.
you
I've had,
No, I don't want to see a county school system. I mean,
No.
there is some merit there, but I would like to maybe start looking at Brownsville, California,
You
the
know,
center.
you know, Ross, I've always said this, and I'll say this. It's the people in Harrisburg that sit in Harrisburg that make rules for school districts and give us a little bit of money and throw us at it. You try to make this do it or not hit the taxpayers. Those people, and I probably get calls about it, you're sitting in Harrisburg dealing with 501 school districts that you don't give enough money to float. You know, and they're making the rules. They've never been in a classroom in their life. We get the crumbs.
Guys like us, we can't compete with the taxpayers. They don't have our problem.
Now kids are just like that.
preacher,
Sorry.
preaching to the choir.
No, that's for you.
I think we're good. All right. Thanks, Ross. Good comments. Item B, discuss approving Greatness Pictures LLC for the use of the facility the week of June 8th.
So that's Rocco. This is to finish what they started last summer. They were waiting on a prop and took them some time, so they finally got it in. It'll be from 4:30 to 8:30, and they will be paying for this.
So, excuse me for asking this, but what was their picture about? It's not the one with the people chasing hatchets down the hall.
No, I think that was
Dad.
that was like a short film. This was something.
Yeah, that's not the same company?
It's the same company, but it's it's something different.
It's a comedy this time.
Are they paying?
Yeah, they're paying for security. Yes.
Okay.
Item C, discuss the weight room upgrade. Item D, discuss approving the board resolution for the Intermediate Unit 1 Electric Consortium. Item E, discuss approving the insurance programs through AJ Gallagher and Associates for the following amounts, and they're all listed there.
Can I make one point on that?
Yes.
Just so everybody's aware, it went up about $16,000 from last year. 10K of that is from property value. So our property has gone up, so the insurance is going up. And then workman's comp was 5,000 extra. So
I got a question on the weight room upgrade. I think we all got the packets. But what's the cost of that?
I think it's toward the end there.
Is it toward the end? Maybe I missed that.
88, maybe?
Some of the machines need replaced, there's no question. But I don't know if we need a whole overhaul. Taxpayers' money spent on $1 million in the weight room.
So the total for the equipment was $88,000.
Do we have to spend that all at one time? I mean, can we just repair the machines that are broken? I mean, we're surviving because we're crunching the numbers, where the surrounding school districts are having trouble. So a little thing like a weight room, we don't want dangerous machines in there, but do we need all new ones?
And Mr. Barrick's here tonight and prepared to speak on it. If you have any direct questions for him, Mr. Bashir.
I know, I talked to Jim, and Jim did say there.
The machines in that weight room, the majority of them are about 28 years old.
Yeah,
One
he did.
Masters went out of business in 2006. Most of those machines that are in there were paid for with a grant back in 1998 or 1999. Paul Webster, who did that package for us, was a part. They're not, say, per se, I would say not fixable. I mean, they're machines that are out of date. Can they still be used? They are using them. I find that the older they get, the longer you wait, it becomes a liability. So if something would snap or break, they can't use this because the company doesn't exist.
Jim did tell me that, and I understood where it's coming from. We don't want anyone using dangerous machines, obviously. But
I mean, my opinion is you spend, it's not, it is approved. God forbid somebody's in there using something and something breaks while they're using it. When's the last time the machines were able to be regulated? Meaning somebody comes in to look at them that's a professional that can tell you whether or not
Colby,
Mr.
we have the
Goodall?
money to pay for this.
It is in the budget,
There you go,
so
you're
I did put it in.
in. Okay.
Now, this also includes, there's another sheet in there for the flooring also, which was $27,000. It's in there, and I believe that's, yeah, I baked it on there. So,
Okay.
So now we're back, skipping, we went behind a couple, so now we're back to item F, which is, discuss approving the agreement with the Intermediate Unit 1 Consortium license and the Brownsville Area School District in the amount of $14,724. And, that's it.
Okay, any other questions under finance? Okay. Next is policy. Item A, discuss approving the second reading of policy 916, volunteers. And item B, discuss updates to policy 255, students experiencing homelessness, foster care, and other educational insurability. Sorry about that. Questions, comments on that? All right. Under buildings and grounds, we'll have item A, discuss the desk replacement project at the elementary school. That would be grades 4 and 5 in the amount of $54,555, and that's going to be out of the Ready to Learn grant. And then item B, discuss approving summer work for the SEIU. Questions or comments on that? Okay, under safety, we would have item A, discussing purchasing new two-way radios. And then item B, discuss the parking transportation process.
Mr. Hamilton, did you want to speak on the two-way radios?
The radios that we have right now, obviously, work as well for IT. My understanding is that was approximately 14 years ago. They're probably reaching a point where they're usable, but the lifespan of them is probably right. There's quite a few radios. I was given a spreadsheet that I cannot account for. Matter of fact, the radios were brought to me the other day, just found out by the playground. I don't know who had that radio that is laying out lost, but it's pretty deep to begin with. The serial number doesn't come back at me that I have a list of who would have had that radio. So it probably is our best interest to start looking at replacing them as a whole.
Mr. President, I asked that this be put on the agenda. As I viewed the two-way radios, the wires are hanging out of them. They can't make good contact. You can't understand what their back and forth security and custodial administration. They're done. As Mr. Hamilton said, they're done. If we're gonna buy radios, we should buy the top of the line in today's society, which is Motorola. And I don't care which ones we buy. But Mr. Hamilton is right, and I'm saying that I wanted it on the agenda. I hope that this board will look into that. I know that's very expensive. However, I've heard them try to talk on there. It's all chicken. It's like chickens talking. And then the wires are hanging, the antennas are hanging on the ground. Who in the heck? How do you, if you have an emergency, am I right, Mr. Hamilton? You cannot make communication. So this is a priority, I believe. And Mr. Bingham, if you can find the money, I know you can. So
No pressure.
Do you have a Fayette County radio also? We have a Fayette County. That's outside of this. Okay. And the other question is, do we have are cell phones issued to employees, to the administrative staff and to security, or is it just a select few?
Just a select few.
Okay. And the reason I ask is because I just did an exercise in Miami with some guys, and they were using this thing called Chat, which I've never seen. I have not heard of before. It's a subscription-based radio on your phone. It was legit. Now, it's subscription-based, so that makes it nice, but that works if you're not going to put on your own personal phone, obviously. You're going on company phones, but it's pretty slick. It's a little thing. It's called Chat. If you want to take a look at it online, maybe something to help out where we were running it on, they were running it on, it's even just desktop computers as well, just to push to talk. And it was pretty slick. Probably the radio is the best solution for now, but.
Okay.
And then the transportation piece, would you like to speak on that, or we want to get this off and running so we know what we need to iron out over the summer?
So we presented you an idea earlier this year. Going into it, we were going to push forward with it, but Jerry and I were talking. We had a lot of moving parts with that idea. Moving kids out of the student lot, move them up here onto campus. We were going to then displace teachers, the preparations for it. A lot of things needed to move, and
Okay, any questions or comments on that?
So, what time are the parents getting out that they should be last? I'm not the chairman of transportation, but I'm asking a question because I don't know how this is gonna work. I couldn't hear very well.
No, I couldn't hear a word he was saying.
What I'm saying to
We
you
have this up here.
is 3:05 is way too late to be letting anybody out. Because I'm asking to reassign elementary security tonight when we go into executive session. We need to make some changes. Because unless, Mr. Hamilton, all of your officers are out there in this Thursday, Friday, week, I don't know how we're gonna keep parents from just driving through everybody.
They're gonna be blocked off. There's gonna be cones or the tape ribbon going across. So they're gonna pull out. They can't go any farther than that.
Where will they come in at?
They're gonna come in the bottom gate behind the conference right.
Okay, so they will come,
They'll come up that road, and we'll use that road basically as a staging area for a parking lot. They can either, we're gonna see whether we can get single file and have enough space, if not, we're parking side by side, all the way up to that spot we saw prior to the crosswalk.
so will the teachers leaving, will they be able to get out?
The middle school, high school teachers will already be gone. When it comes time to bring them out, if we need to, we can block it off across the middle school exit where they come out by the elementary, and we send them around back to high school if we have to. But at that point, high school, middle school teachers are already gone at 2:30. We have a few stragglers that may be here for something, for extracurricular after school activities or coaching, whatever. If they need to leave, they can go out around back to high school and come down here or our Bell Drive. So the timing isn't really going to change for anything. Parents are still not going to be allowed to start down in front of the bus lane until 3 o'clock. That part isn't changing. The only thing that's changing is we're going to ask for the vans to come down the bus lane and wrap around down by the First Street exit. And if we could do it, then the kids get on the van. They're already in the hall waiting at 3 o'clock, correct? Right, 3:05. So rather than wait till 3:05 for releasing at 3 o'clock, they can be on the van, starting to get on vans before we would begin to think about letting the parents start.
That's my main concern. I know the chat has for, but the parents should be last. I mean, school vehicles need to get out of here and then come in and get your kid. If they all would wait on time, would you agree, Dr. Martin?
Yes.
If you come at 3 o'clock, you'll get right out, but they want to come at 1:30 and sit here for an hour and a half.
That's what we're saying. And when I sent out the letter, it was, please do not arrive prior to 2 o'clock because this is the problem. This is the crux of the problem. You show up, there's no need for you to be here. You can't get your kid any sooner than 3:05. We're going to give you that extra hour. If you want to sit there and, talk to your friend in the car, all right, that's on you. But 2 o'clock, start lining up. They're already lining up at before 2 o'clock, out on Columbus as it is, and that's what's causing the
Where
problem.
it says no parking.
But really, the only change that's going to be is timing wise, it's not really made a difference to change as far as when kids are getting released or when they're getting picked up. The buses aren't changing, they're going to still fill in the bus lanes like they have to, and wait for them to be called on. My understanding is they send buses last in case the kid doesn't get picked up. That way, if somewhere, they put the on buses and send them.
I would probably ask, and you probably have already done this, to use every available officer these next few days, or Thursday, Friday, and Monday, just so they get a tone and manner how things got to go.
No, I mean, Thursday, I'm going to be here.
Yeah, you'll be there.
Morning, it's working, so I'd rather drive home or on the back. So, yeah, I can put more people out if we need to. We'll get it. I mean, we're going to work it out. And like I said, we have to kind of feel it out, see what bugs that we need to think about.
Yeah, there's going to be kinks, but, and I would expect that. But you'll be out there to visibly see what we have to do.
Okay, thank you. All right, then for athletic committee, we'll have item A, Discuss approving the co-op between California School District and the Brownsville Area School District for the 26-27 school year for boys golf. Item B, discuss, yes.
I brought it up last month, I get you guys tabled it, when the issue that I got with co-ops is that I think co-ops work for large number of groups. The golf team put 6 people on it. I know last year for a fact, they had more than 6 players on the team. They had so many that there were times where practice players couldn't go to the field. They were limited to go to practice. So if we prove this, which I'm gonna vote no, obviously, that means that if there are 6 Brownsville kids and 3 California kids, a California kid beats out a Brownsville kid, which is fair, I get that. And the California kid plays, but then we just shot ourselves in the foot for our own kids. That's my take.
What did you say, Mr. Dorsey?
No, I agree with Ross. It's, this is what I brought this up in executive session last.
I will be voting no. I will be voting no.
I can't see situations where we're sacrificing our own kids. Our kids are into this sport because they want to learn how to play, want to improve, and if we're going to bring other school district kids in, it's not. I could see if we need it.
Right, we need it. We have 3, okay.
Okay, now we need it, but we're going to have more than 6, so we don't need those California kids to end up consequencing our own kids.
And would be upsetting for a child who's right on the cusp of getting on that golf course, and he's pushed out by an out-of-district child. And I don't think that's fair to our own kids, so I will be voting no.
So I have a question. Speaking of co-ops and cooperation and working together, don't we use California for their facilities? Don't we use their track facilities? For 17 years, and what do we pay for that? Nothing. So cooperation, I don't know. I mean,
it's about the child for me.
We gotta think about our kids.
It's
I
about
do.
the kids for me.
So
I'm
are
not
we saying
worried.
our kids aren't allowed to golf?
How
If we
much-
do this co-op?
But the other issue with golf, what we had last year, you couldn't even practice. If you have 6 kids, whatever there was the amount last year, I think it was 8, they were allowed to take 8 or 9 in practice.
And why is that? Because of the ban? Or I mean, is that a PIAA rule that that's how golf works, or is that a transportation limitation at Brownsville? Me too.
Parents could take them, right?
Yeah. So wouldn't the better solution be to fix the transportation problem than to ruffle the feathers of using their track for 17 years? How free? How much? I know that. I know, but I'm saying that if can we address the transportation problem and take more than 8 golfers?
How much?
Well,
that's fine.
listen,
How much does California charge us to use the track down there?
Nothing.
They don't charge us anything.
we allowed California to
For
use
17 years, they haven't charged us anything.
But the question I'm asking is, what is the reason why we can only take 6 to 8 kids? That's my question. And I thought the question was, it's a transportation issue. Okay.
But on the internet, PIAA rules, 6 kids are playing golf.
Is that a true statement, Mr. Barrett?
You're only allowed to play so many golfers in a golf match. You can't golf 10, 12 kids because it would delay the
Okay. That's the part that I was trying to
You
understand.
play a golf match, I believe you're allowed to have 6.
We put out 6, and they go foursomes, where, there's
in
Okay. That's what I'm trying to understand, yeah.
Yeah, so you get 6, you get basically 3 foursomes. 4 other matches. You only get 6 times.
That's, I was just trying to understand.
And
Yeah.
that was my point last year, Patty, that I was trying to, because I thought Carl was going to do that. And if we can work with California, and the country club, where all these kids get to play, then I'm okay with that too.
Yeah.
Why don't they? They used to do that.
Last year specifically, I asked, is that, okay, listen, Brownsville's got 6 players, 6 starters, and the other team's got 6 starters, and I think we had like 6 non-starters. Well, the 6 non-starters, I can't think of what
They used to be able
they
to.
could not do that. They were not permitted to do that.
That's
I'm okay with that too.
Was
They
that-
competed against each
Right.
other, and they would
Right.
use those.
And they, at least they get a skill as that, yes.
Yeah.
I
Was
agree with
that a
that.
course rule?
I'm okay with that.
That's these are all things I'm trying to understand.
Ross, was that a course rule, or was that because you could not supervise properly that part? Because you'd have them spread out on the course, and you only have, how many adults out there?
Could be.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, then that was the rule.
yeah.
Keep in mind that,
Can we find out before we vote on this on Thursday? Because I do like the idea that everybody gets to go, because they used to do that when I played, everybody played. And we played up at Democratic Country Club.
That'd be great. And also,
Yeah, I do too.
I would like to see that, just for, even if we didn't do it, and we had 8 players, the other 2 players that weren't playing in the actual event could go out and compete.
Yes.
And fill that,
Yes.
because they're going, honestly, there's some of them, my daughter, she's never, but she wants, she can at least.
There's still a lot of benefit to participating. Yes. Yes.
I
Okay.
know.
All right.
Patty, you brought up about us using their facilities for years. Keep in mind, they used our tennis courts for years, and they joined our tennis teams. So we've had a back and forth with them, so I don't know that this would hurt anything, but, and I understand what you're saying, but,
So what if
they
it
also
does?
used our facilities too for free.
So what if California comes back and says, you know what, this is ridiculous, I can't believe you're doing this, and we're gonna end this agreement of using your track facility.
93 members of the track team, between middle school and high school, this track facility for their track.
How many golfers do they have? I mean, honest to God, are we concerned about, they have 2 golfers? 2. And they're going to hold us hostage?
No, I don't, I'm not, I'm just asking the question, that's all. I don't know. I don't know, I'm just asking the question.
Threatening us by pulling California? You guys are kidding. Over 2 golfers?
I don't know, Ross.
Like, they haven't said something.
No, I don't, that's why I'm asking the question.
That is not been threatened.
My goodness.
No, I haven't had anybody threaten.
I mean, if we say.
Ross, I don't have any hidden information. I was just asking a question.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay, anything else? Item B, yes. Do you have something?
No, I was gonna say, you know, pockets and pay. Go to California University or something to the effect. We're not gonna shortchange our kids, but I certainly don't want to be held hostage. My concern is our kids and our kids only. I'm not a school director in California. I'm a school director in Brownsville, and I care about Brownsville students. I care about the track, but damn it, they're not gonna hold me hostage. It feels like it. We weathered many storms. I hope that's not one of them.
Okay. Item B, discuss hiring Kira Short as varsity volleyball assistant coach for the 26-27 school year with compensation set at $3,040.
Question, who is this?
I don't know.
Were there interviews, or is this the only applicant, or?
Mr. Baird, can you elaborate on Ms. Short?
Coach Salvucci, recommended her for the position. I spoke with her former employer, which was the AD at Shaw River Park Survey, and gave her a very good recommendation to join the staff here.
Okay. Item C, discuss the request from Bud Greb Youth Basketball League to use the outdoors courts from June 15th to July 15th. And then item D, discuss the request to host boys basketball camp June 15th through the 17th, 2026 from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then boys off-season lifting Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Both are coachable.
Got it. Okay, any questions on that? Okay, that concludes the agenda. I'm going to ask that we move into executive session for personnel and legal matters. We will not be returning to the planning session. Thank you. We stand adjourned.